Yo, when you aspire, you not answer the battle cry. When you aspire, you respond more than that. Yo. Yeah. Yo, they must sing out in the air. Yeah. Out in the air. Yeah. Viva Congress. Viva. Viva Congress. Viva. Congress. Respond to the battle cry like you mean it. Yo, chamachanga ko. Yo. The presidents for revolutionaries. Yo. Ben respond to the battle cry more than that. Yo. Manda. Viva Congress, viva! Yo, German, we are yo! Yo, German, we are yo! Yo, German, we are yo! Java Sistema Koji SC yo! Java Sistema Koji SC yo! Chamako, yo! Citizens, yo! Well-wishers, yo! Supporters, yo!
You are watching GN News Liberia. I'd like to welcome you to this live coverage here from the headquarters of the Congress for Democratic Change. As you know, there have been some tense situation in central Monrovia today with the incarceration of the four representatives from the Congress for Democratic Change, or the Coalition for Democratic Change. And then subsequently the chairman of this party was detained for a few minutes, released, and we are hearing that he will address the press. So we've come to bring you this live coverage here from the CDC headquarters. My name is Aaron Kuban. I urge you to share the live and invite others to follow. What you're witnessing now is a chanting and sharing of battle cries by the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Congress for Democratic Change. And just before the incident with the incarceration and imprisonment of those leaders from the CDC, those representatives, the CDC announced a mass meeting today. So let's listen to the chairman when he comes out on what exactly has been decided by the executive committee members of the party, and whether the meeting actually held. The chairman of the party has arrived, Anthony Jankako, who was just a moment ago manhandled by the Liberia National Police, picked up and turned into a pickup top, and subsequently released, is here at the CDC headquarters, at his own party headquarters, and about to address the press here live from Congo Town, CDC headquarters. We'd like to say welcome. I urge you to share this live. This is Anthony Jankako. Let's now be quiet a bit to give you some sound from the back. Just joining us, this is GNU Liberia. We are coming to you live from the CDC headquarters. Very shortly, the chairman of the party, Janga Koffa, will address the press following the incident of his arrest by officers of the Liberia National Police on the orders of the Deputy for Operations, Nelson Freeman. Let the boys move. Move. Let the boys move. Mon now, Congress, mon now, Congress, mon now. Reactionnaire tendencer. Reactionnaire tendencer. Arrest! Rudeness, arrogance. Yo, Congress will be the master's party. Yo. They can't do one hard thing. Yo. Liberia is our home. CDC is our terrain. Yo. Give power. Give your money. Yo. Like they can bring all the yellow machine in the country. We're not moving on here. Yo. Y'all come with the CRs and make it big to the rest of all. Yo. What am I seeing? Out in the Amanda. Congress. Revolutionaries. Fellow citizens. And at this time we have no fear to call you battle-tested revolutionaries. What you have demonstrated today has been recorded on the pages of history. And it is with that level of enthusiasm, it is that level of courage, it is that level of resilience, as the bastard revolutionary of the indomitable mighty coalition for democratic change. Because not ordinary partisans were facing tear gas. Not ordinary partisans were facing pepper spray. But today, you went in defense of your institution. And you were tear gassed
and you were pepper sprayed, and you willingly embrace tear gas, not because you are cowards. In the midst of intimidation, you have remained firm to show that the chairperson of our institution remains untouchable.
Manta, Manta, Sayo, Masa Pate, Sayo, Bena will protect and defend our children. Bena, Luta.
So all of you,
we will never run away from CDC.
and so before we move forward, we want to stand on this existing protocol. To salute all of our partisans. To give you our two hands, Pan-Africanist revolutionary salutation. Reaching from the Zoom, reaching from the South to the Black, the District, the girl leadership of our institution, present here. I want to salute you. I want to talk about people power. What you demonstrated today is a clear definition of people power. And like someone said, while it's true that the CDC remains very peaceful, at the same time, protestation is inviting us. While it's true that the CDC remains peaceful, at the same time, the streets are inviting us. We say here, without any stupor, that the regime has unleashed a first bullet. And like what we will say, that bullet will be received and will respond to that bullet. Comrades, where we stand, we are in for the testimony to give you any message here. In the presence of the man who bears the insignia of our institution. This is why this assembly was called. So that issues coming here to the corridors can be dealt with decisively. So that as we leave from here, there will be no grammar mongering. As we leave from here, any information that you share in the community will be authentic. That means it's coming from the belly of the intimidable minded coordination for democratic change. So! Now, what's somebody post that they say, test one, you test what? Oh. Test one, you test what? Oh. So for us, we are students of revolutionary science. And we understand what it means. When the regime becomes ruthless, there is no ruthless regime that I've ever called for dialogue. I want to say to you, we understand the libertarian law of motion. For every action, there will be equal opposite reaction. So I will say the caveat to the Liberia National Police that the needle was made in a specific size to carry out a simple function. Not that the iron industry is limited. So we say to you, comrades and friends, to put you in your element, the chairman will speak to you. every word that he says here will be law and gospel and will be executed by militants and cadres of the Indomitable Mighty Coalition for Democracy. So here, we fear nothing. We fear nothing. But we are aware that this is tactics. It's scare tactics. And we're not going to get involved or embracing scare tactics. So public, we will invite on the podium the operations of the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Mighty Coalition for Democratic Change. There's no other person but Fidel having a Peterson.
Viva, Fidel Castro, viva! Viva! Viva, Fidel Castro, viva! Viva! Munao, Fidel Castro, Munao! Munao, Fidel Castro, Munao!
Fidel Castro, Zayo! Manda!
Mafia Baka, Killer Gregory, Siri Killer, brutality, violence. Radical resistance, Zayo. It's time for radical resistance, Zayo. Any Baka's radical rudeness, Zayo. Any Baka's radical rudeness, Zayo. The mafia must fall, Zayo. Any tyranny in Liberia, Zayo. Any tyranny in Liberia, Zayo. Bouncy, Joseph Waka, Bouncy, Jeremiah Kum, Bouncy, Gregory Como, Bouncy, Waka, Bouncy, Manda, lonely, Mountain Congress, lonely, Jamajanga, lonely, Ejikoti, lonely, Fidel Castro, lonely. Give the message, Fidel, say give the message. Give the message, Jamaica, say give the message. It's time for radical resistance, say radical resistance. It's time for radical resistance, say radical resistance.
Commerce. Today, we are here to no longer be the victims of history, but to categorically be perpetrators of history. As we look beyond Matayadon, we see and we draw the inspiration Muna Bena Young Blood, Morosh Command, Papi Solo, and the nasty terrain of the Monrovia Central Prison, draw inspiration from Comrade Speaker Jeff and Koffa, Dr. Sibo, and the sacred ground of our revolutionary heritage. We reflect on the struggle on November 7, 2011. Those who paid the ultimate due before our existence, our time and dispensation here raise the flag that in our lifetime, in our generation, the CDC flag will now bow to the reckless, brutal dictatorship of tyrannical, octogenarian Mr. Joseph Human Bwaka, a bunch of kleptocrats and catastocrats.
So,
you can jail all the revolutionaries, but you cannot jail the CDC.
Manda.
The CDC is an idea conceived in the minds and hearts of the sons and daughters of the poor peasants and the impoverished masses of our people. At this time comes, we had a movement to speak to you. But the official messenger here, the man who will communicate the position of the party, is the man who is the chief convener and commissaire. We ask all of you to increase your heart, to stand up. We ask all of you to stand up. As we welcome to this brochure, the man who will give the massive honor to disaster deal with Joseph Human Bwaka and Viva! 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 The chairman of the party against the 10 million president. Viva! 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 The message for going to be dangerous. Viva! Viva! Amanda! Awetu! Awetu! Amanda! Reaction of retenancy. Abbas! Aluta! Continue.
Amanda. Awetu. Amanda. Awetu. Amanda. Awetu. I want to say thank you to the assembly here today, based on the call of the National Executive Committee of the Mighty Congress for Democratic Change. So, yesterday, we witnessed a very sad situation in our country. The government invited, they didn't hear on to Speaker J. Funati Koffa, Abu Bana Kamara, Dixie Bulawisibo, and Jacob Debbie, 4 representatives who are members of the mighty CDC. This government conspiracy, even after the correct speaker to resign, after almost 8 months of illegally holding on to the position of the speakership, after we saw the broad day vandalization of the speaker's office, after we witnessed the brutalization of certain lawmakers at the National Legislature, unprecedented in Liberian history. Yesterday was the climax where we saw the illegal incarceration of Koffa and 3 other CDC lawmakers. The Unity Party government of President Bwaka is inviting chaos into the country. And our silence over the last 1.5 years, not a sign of weakness of the opposition community or the CDC for that matter. But the CDC considered the election of 2023 on a margin of 17,000 votes, which was within the margin of error. But the CDC considered, our president, we have considered, man, the CDC is a party of the rule of law. The CDC is a party of peace. And no amount of propaganda for the government is going to spin this party. As a matter of fact,
that negative propaganda against the party has long been erased. Because over the last 1 year and a half, Liberia has witnessed that the CDC has exhibited the highest degree of civility, the highest degree of patience. But the government has crossed the dangerous red line. Last evening, the political leader of our party, along with 3 other political leaders in Liberia, President George Monrovia, Honorable Zana Benedict Kumin, Musa Hassan Belete, and D. Maswes Akibia Senior issued a statement condemning the arrest and incarceration of Speaker Koffa and the 3 other lawmakers. They call for their unconditional release. These people we consider political prisoners because, as a matter of fact, we all know that they are innocent because the real culprits of the Capitol building fire have been shielded. And so today, after they were taken to the Monrovia Central Prison, we were making our way there. And we were ambushed by the Liberia National Police. Several members of the party were brutalized. I was brutalized, taken to police custody. And you all saw the video. We were not in any form obstructing traffic. We were not in any form obstructing anything. We were not in any form protesting. We were exercising our right to free movement, which is constitutionally guaranteed. But the police violently manhandled my person. I'm wounded in several places. Now. But I want to call on seditionists and all members of the opposition community that there is a rallying call. We call on you. We thank you first for coming today. On Monday, we'll be at the Monrovia City Court. Because our leaders have demanded the unconditional release of Speaker Koffa, Honorable Dixon Blawisibo, Honorable Abu Bana Kamara, and Honorable Jacob Debbie. And we want to send this message out to the government. You are hereby mandated to release Speaker Koffa, the 3 lawmakers who we consider innocent and who we consider political prisoners under the Unity Party government of President Bwaka. And we want to warn President Bwaka and his government that the peace and stability of the country is not contingent upon the arms the police is carrying or even the army. The peace of the country is guaranteed by the civility of the population. And you are testing the civility of the population. And so we are mandating the people to come out. Because we have reached the point where the people will have to take their destiny into their own hands. So on Monday, we'll be assembling here today. We want to say thank you for coming today. On Monday, we'll call all members of the opposition to assemble to march to the Monrovia City Court to show solidarity. Speaker Koffa, the 3 lawmakers that have been detained illegally. And we want to call on the government that the safety and protection of Speaker Koffa and all those who are in prison are in your hands. So we'll see you on Monday. Thank you very much.
So that was a statement from the chairman of the Congress for Democratic Change, Jangako. They're calling on all citizens and members of the opposition community to assemble on Monday at the party headquarters to march over to the Monrovia City Court, calling for the unconditional release of Speaker Koffa and 3 others. And so the Speaker and 3 other representatives have been detained. So he's calling on them to release those leaders of the party. So on Monday, on Monday, these members of the party and supporters will be out to, in their words, show solidarity to the former speaker and his team. My name is Aaron Kuban, and we bring you this live coverage here from the CDC headquarters. You saw the press conference is held. The chairman of the party is now retiring to his office along with his men. So we'd like to and so the speaker, that's the chairman, has spoken. The gatekeeper, the man who keeps the gate for the CDC, is here before us. Welcome, Adu. You listen to the chairman. He has given the marching order.
So thank you, Aaron Kuba. Let me say thanks to you for your innovation. Thanks for your innovation. DN News now is one of those media institutions that people follow. So I want to say thank you for the invitation. We have one arrowhead in this party. And the national chairman is the arrowhead of the National Executive Committee. They have spoken. It is a law and gospel. We sat down for too long. We gave Mr. Boaka and his associate the opportunity to lead. They won elections. Power. Why so much about the CDC that getting the regime to be so in fear? What put in the regime in fear? What put in the regime in fear? What the regime is so much concerned about the CDC. So you want power. The Liberian people say you are the president, we accept it, we congratulated you. You talk out to defend and protect the Constitution. We are citizens. You papa the order you told you not protecting UPS.
You think the government will protect UPS?
Citizens living in fear. But we as leaders, we have inspired them today. Put your camera in, look it down. There's serious consequences between citizens. You touch lawmakers, now remember, some of them won with 40,000, 30,000. You touch them. Their supporters will not go to bear on you. The citizens will rise up. You cannot scare us. We will not move from this country. If Mr. Boaka wants to keep the place noisy, we're happy to keep the place noisy.
In what form and manner?
You know, maybe you want to play music. So, because noise can be either by music or unpleasing sound. Noise is an unpleasing sound. So if the president wants to keep the place noisy, we're happy. We'll put bench out on the road. We'll be marching every day.
So in what form and manner are you guys going to march on Monday? Is it going to be peaceful? Can you assure the public of a peaceful march to the Monrovia City Court?
The CDC is the most peaceful political party in Liberia. We have demonstrated that. Nancy Freeman King in this year, they killed sedition. We still kept in CDC government. Today you are taking a matter again, a 2011 posture. We saw what he did to the party chairman. We demanding an apology from the LMP. What they did to the chairman, they violated his rights, they violated freedom of speech, they violated freedom of movement. This is wrong. We don't expect the country to be like this, an experience.
That's pretty much said the chairman was obstructing the movement of all of people.
You are not even there. We left from here, we are going to the Monrovia Central Prison. How can an object in motion be obstructing traffic? But because when they hear the name CDC, you know the president said that he will erase CDC. He said that.
Which are the president?
President Boaka.
He's
on record that he will erase the CDC before 2029. And when they say to him to erase the CDC, meaning you'll be erasing the entire UP. We're not sit here and allow ourselves to be slaughtered.
So what will be
cow.
done? What will be done?
Eh?
What will be done?
The CDC will protect ourselves. This place will be here beyond 2029. We know the game that the regime is playing. They will not use them stuff. Then they can't face us.
So you have up to June 10th
no, we'll remain here
to
beyond
respond to a
2029.
notice.
I'm saying to you today, the CDC will remain at this premise beyond 2029. Yeah, you cover most of the story.
Is it through legal means? Are you fighting it legally or by violence?
No, the CDC have been here for more than 20 years.
By resistance?
No,
or how?
we have been cooperating with the properties owner. The CDC is not the UP who was thrown out because they refused to pay rent. We have been responsibly living here. We have been dealing with our legal procedure in living here. Our landlord and us been in good time until now. That Mr. Boaka, who said he will erase the CDC, is using him now to implement a court order or a court opinion, Supreme Court opinion in 2016.
When the UP was being evicted from its headquarters, there were some speculations from opposition that the CDC was behind this. In the past, did you agree with that? If you are saying that people within the UP are also behind this?
No, speculation about CDB. Mr. McLean served as minister under the UP regime. Mr. McLean and the CDC got no relationship, even prior to his death. So we don't have a relationship with the McLean family. But for us, when you look on the social media, what are the people that are talking about CDC moving tomorrow, the other tomorrow? They are all regime propagandists. They are not the owners of the land. They are not the owner of the property. Look, see the place. We took over the place. We developed the place. There's a procedure in removing people that have spent a long time on your properties. But that is not the issue. The issue here is we sat down and saw the regime cooperating with us to target certain group of lawmakers. All of us here. The first day the president appeared on the ground when the building burned, what the president said, we will prosecute the hooligans. What informed the president's decision to know that hooligans burned the place? From there he said it was an awesome attack. The president had done no, according to a profile, he has nothing like even a paper bearing that he did training in fire service. He's not a fire investigator. He compromised the investigation. 2, all the lawmakers they invited, no member from the majority bloc have been invited. Even though they on record for saying that they brought the trouble on the grounds of the capital. You heard Speaker Kuhn in West Point. They forgave her for causing trouble up the Capitol Hill. On the day, the eve of the place, the eve of the incident, current senator now, former representative Koffa were on the ground up to 11:50. The 2 seats that they used in section, it was in Achima, the place got burned, but the seat appeared instead of for section. They brought fire investigators from America. They refused for the people to speak to the press upon arrival, and they refused for the people to speak to the press upon departure. So everything they did down there, it was a political calculated plan to witch hunt the CDC in an intimidated strategy to think that you can fear the CDC before 2029. You have inspired the base. Our people in the community are listening. I received more than 7 different calls from Grand Jida, from Sando, from Bomi, from Guapodu, from Kedma, about what the party planned for them. You think when the CDC ready to do something, come still ready to Capitol Hill? We'll confront you in every country.
Are you planning an autopause for the country?
We'll speak to them. But just watch the show. Thank God you're here. The regime has provoked the ordinary citizens. We are harmless people. You provoke us. We have no defense. Besides God, we will not depend on ourselves now. The regime said they will not protect the UPS. So we started our campaign. We start to list government officials their place of residence and the schools their children attending. And then we'll try to see our best who is more protective. Because we have no protection. You are not.
Why would you do that? Why?
No, we're visiting. To tell them to stop doing what they're doing. They see where they're visiting on. You're going to ask them why you're behind CDC. Ask them what CDC done. Or it was wrong to give you power. But we are here. So Aaron, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We spend the time here. We are not afraid. Some of us, we've been informed by intelligence from the police headquarters that we are targeted. We're waiting. If you're coming for Abdul, come for Abdul in the day. So people will see who coming for Abdul. But if you come for Abdul in the night, And Abdul has no option. Abdul will defend himself. Either you told Abdul
in what way are you defense? In what way are you
The
defense?
president told all of us that the security now, you gotta be your own security. President Boga said that. He said people should buy arms, but I don't get money to buy arms. But if you come in the night to arrest Abdul because he says a sedition, Abdul will have no option. He will defend himself. Either you drag Abdul dead body or Abdul defend himself.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So this is how we like to end it up here from the CDC headquarters. The chairman just spoke on the incident that occurred on Capitol Hill, and he's informed Seditians to come out on Monday to march over to the Monrovia City Court for peaceful assembly and in solidarity of the Speaker and 3 other lawmakers. My name is Aaron Kuban. I'd like to say thanks to all of you for watching.